Hey there, welcome to Rock on Philly TV, a show dedicated to the Philly music scene. I'm your host, Jennifer Logue, and thanks for tuning in. Tonight is our first show ever, and we have a lot of exciting things ahead. But first, I'm going to introduce you to a Philly-based electro-pop duo that has generated some serious buzz over the past few years. They've been featured in US Weekly and American Songwriter Magazine, and this year got their video for The Optimist in rotation on MTVU. Without further ado, I give you City Rain. Hey guys,
Yay.
thank you so much for
Rock
coming
on
to the
Philly.
show. Rock on Philly.
Rock on Philly.
So do you want to introduce yourselves to our viewers at home?
Sure. I'm Ben. I'm the singer of this lovely band.
And I'm Scott. I'm the guitarist and background singer, if you will.
That's right.
So, City Rain, you guys are getting so much traction this year. You're getting featured on MTVU. You're featured in American Songwriter Magazine. I think you're going to be in Converse Rubber Tracks.
Yeah,
soon.
Converse is going to have us up to their studios this month to work on some music for them.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So how does all this success feel for you guys? What does it feel like?
Well, we've been doing this for a number of years, so we've learned to be very patient with things and try to take it all as it comes. If you get too excited about one thing and put all your value in this publication or that publication, you'll be sorely disappointed. It's a matter of keeping all of these things, connecting the dots and keeping them all going so that you have a certain momentum going into record releases or tour. That being said, it's definitely culminated in a lot of that this year, and we're receiving more attention than we ever have. So the short answer, yes, it feels amazing.
A lot of hard work. I mean, you guys are really, really talented. Now, your latest album is Songs for a High School Dance.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about what the recording process was like?
Sure. Scott and I, well, I guess let me go back a little bit further. The band itself, City Rain, has existed for about 7 years, as a actual band for about 5 years, and as Scott and I for about only a little more than a year. So Scott and I first sat down and wrote The Optimist, which kind of became our flagship song. And the series of making the album, we both work full-time jobs in addition to what we do with City Rain.
What are your day jobs?
I work for Apple. I hope I can say that on TV.
Cool.
I work for Apple.
I'm a professional breakdance fighter, actually.
Damn.
And sandwich architect.
Yeah, sandwich. I work at a cafe.
Love
it's awesome.
sandwiches.
But with that, it was a lot of piecing it together, kind of like the Postal Service did with their album. I would, develop an idea and send it over to Scott. Scott would send something back, so on and so forth. And it was really only towards the end of the album, the process of making it last winter, that we actually physically got together to really sum it all up. And we ended up writing a few tracks right at the end that are in the end of the album as well, 9 and 10. But it was a lot of piecemeal. It was a lot of random spontaneity that ended up really coming together in a big way.
Cool. So what would you say your favorite tracks on the album are?
Scott, I'm going to leave that to you for you first, because I got to think about it.
I'm not sure, actually. They're all different in their own ways. They're all written in different times and different ways. Like, some of them were kind of piecemeal together, as Ben said, and some of them were done right on the spot in rehearsal. But
I'd say number 5 for me, The Dreamer.
Dreamer?
Yeah, which may or may not be a single at some point.
Oh, sweet.
So that's probably my favorite one.
So what's the theme behind that song?
The theme behind that song is actually kind of like the story behind City Rain itself, which is, starting in, like in college, and then in my parents' basement after college, just, screwing around with music. And, every person in a band that does or doesn't have success starts off in their parents' basement and kind of developing, from that to being taken seriously, and, along the way having people, kind of scoff when you say, oh, I'm a musician, or even being afraid to say I'm a musician.
Getting that
because,
thick skin.
Everybody says I'm a musician or I'm an artist. What does that mean?
Everyone starts somewhere.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
But let's talk about what's next for you guys. What's next on the agenda for City Rain?
Well, a lot of cool stuff, actually. The Converse thing we were talking about, going up to their studio. MTV's show Catfish is going to run The Optimist on one of the episodes. So we finally got a cool sync licensing, as they call it. And then finally, after all of these years, we are going on our first tour in October. So we haven't ironed out all the dates yet, but more or less it's going to be a Midwest, South, east, as in like North Carolina and Virginia, and then finally finishing in New York, hopefully for CMJ.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
2 weeks, you know, like the real deal, and we're really excited about that. And we're working on the video for the
that's
next
right,
single, which I guess we're going to talk about, is track number 4 on the album. It's called Hearts, and that's going to be the next single, which a few Philly radio stations, Radio 104.5, et cetera, have been playing, and so it's been in rotation.
Promoting already, great.
And finally, around the country too, we've had some national airplay as well.
Oh, sweet. So with your new video, what's the premise going to be?
Scott came up with this one.
Yeah, Ben kind of let me take the reins on this
did.
one. I actually just got an email before we kind of did our show here, so we're still working out. We're bringing in a guy named Kofa he actually did a
Join the Human Race video.
Join the Human Race video. He lives in
second
California,
single.
and we just released it like about a month ago.
That sounds. Thank you so much for coming, guys. I'm excited to see this new video. We'll have to play it when it's finished on the air. So don't go anywhere. Rock on Philly returns soon, and we'll go over our top 3 videos of the week. Stay tuned, guys.